Okay, grade ones, we're going to talk about seeds and why they're important. So, seeds are important for plants because they grow new plants. Now, there are different types of seeds. Some seeds have hard shells, like acorns, pine cones, and coconuts are seeds that are protected by a hard shell. Then fruit that we eat are also seeds. So if you've ever eaten an apple and gotten to the middle, there are seeds inside. Strawberries, you can see the seeds around the outside. And something like an apricot is going to have a pit, we call it, which is also a seed. Now, seeds move around. But if you think about trees and flowers, they don't walk around outside. So they need to have different ways to move their seeds to a new place to be planted. So the first way that seeds can move is the wind. If you think of a dandelion, those yellow flowers, they grow into these little puffy white balls, right? And you blow them, make a wish. But when you blow them, you're actually blowing the seeds and helping them move to grow in new places. Now, there are also these seeds that lots of people call a helicopter seed, and you might have seen them around. If you spin them, they spin like this, like a helicopter. The wind can also spin them, and they fly to a new area to be planted. And then things like wild grass also have seeds, and when the wind blows them, the seeds go with the wind and plant into a new spot. Water is another way that seeds move around. So something like a coconut seed, a coconut will fall into the ocean and the water will transport it sometimes even to a whole new island where it'll land on the beach and grow into a new tree. Something like a lily pad, they live in water, but the water will still move the lily pads to different areas of the lake so they can grow. And one of the most important ways that seeds move around are animals. Okay, so there are a couple different ways that animals move seeds around. One is that there are special types of seeds that will stick to animal fur or even human clothing. These are things like burrs, okay? So they have these kind of hooks on them and they'll attach to soft things. And so they'll attach to a deer or a fox, and as the deer and fox moves around, the seeds will drop off of the fur and then grow a new one. Lots of animals eat seeds, okay? So you think of birds, bears, squirrels, they all eat seeds. And then it's kind of gross, grade ones, but you know what they do? They poop. They poop out the seeds. Okay, so the animal eats the seeds, they fly around, they move around, and then they will poop, and then that seed will grow in a new place. And then I have this picture of this, it's called a dung beetle. They will actually take animal poop and move it around to different places. So that's another way that seeds move around. And I know you're like, wow, that sounds kind of gross, but it is a real way that seeds move around. Humans are also technically an animal, and another way that seeds move are humans growing things. So you might have a garden or flowers at home, and if you plant those seeds, they could grow as well. So your job today is to see if you can find any seeds in your yard, or if you go for a walk, to hunt around for some seeds. You could just look for seeds. Another thing you could do is collect them, and then you could do in the classroom, we always do this, so you don't have to, but you could collect them like all week, next week, collect different seeds and tape them on a piece of paper and sort them by, do they move in the wind? Do animals move them? Do they float on water? So you might want to just start a little jar of seeds. As spring moves along, more and more seeds will come. Like right now, there's not a lot of dandelion seeds. So you might want to just collect seeds for a couple weeks. And then maybe when you have a lot, you could tape them to a piece of paper and then send that to me so I can see what kind of seeds you've collected from your yard or from your walks around. I hope you've learned a lot about seeds, and I'll talk to you soon, grade ones.
Yeah, that's fun.